Hey.
Oh.
Special teams show. What's going on? Three brothers getting together, special teams show. We're looking at a week 10 recap. Are we is this show? Oh, it's episode 8 we're on right now. Is that right? Sound right?
Yeah.
You're
Eight,
Reg,
yeah.
we got you muted. There you go. You're back.
Unbelievable. Episode 8.
You are loud. You are real loud.
Sorry, my bad.
Either way, okay, so episode 8. So I got really excited. I thought we were into the double digits, but we are not quite there yet. Three brothers getting together, talking football. I'm going to stop saying that we don't know what we're talking about because I had a really good week on Pick'ems. So I'm going to pretend like we do know what we're talking about. So tune in, strap on your helmets, and let's do it. What's up? Week 10.
What's up?
We still don't know who's who.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's a couple of teams that we're not sure, but I feel like there's some teams that are showing themselves. I feel like there's a couple teams though that are they're surprising. But we'll get to those for sure. Reg, what do you think?
I'm not too sure I know who Rob is. Look at this little chin thing he's got going on here. Look at that.
Rob, that is awful.
That's great.
Hey, man. It is what it is.
I'm rocking a very bad mustache.
We see it starting there. Yeah. Mr. P Bear.
Yeah, well, hockey season started, so
okay.
And Austin Matthews, he rocks a dirty stash, so I figured maybe I'll get some juice that way, or I don't know. The man, the myth, the legend, Aiden O'Connell also has a stash. So
Andre Agassi also had a bald head, but I can't hit a tennis ball if my life depended on it.
That's true. That's true. Am I still super loud?
No, I turned you down a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. No, you're good. You're good. It could be that I'm using my AirPods tonight, so that I'm not smacking the mic and making that noise. So hopefully that will help out our listeners. So
there we go.
Yeah. All right. Week 10. So we'll go through the same thing we normally do. We'll just do a quick rundown of the scores. We'll go over our parlay. We'll talk about the pick'em and where we stand. Rob still sucks. Then we'll talk about some headlines that we kind of spitballed around and things that we want to talk about, and then we'll get into the preview. Reg is a little under the weather tonight, so we're going to try and keep it moving along, and then we'll get through the show and be on our way. Cool. Let's do it.
Good.
All right, bring it to the stage. All right, so started off the week, Carolina and Chicago, real amazing game. Yeah, it was amazing. It's quite the show to watch there. Chicago at home started their ascent to the wild card spot that I predicted they would be by securing the 3-point win over Carolina at home. We went 3 across the board here, so nothing really surprising there. They definitely could have lost this game, but chose not to, so I'm grateful for that. Our parlays, Reggie.
Yeah. Deontay Foreman hit, but other than that, we were a big swing and a miss. That's probably because Carolina stinks. I don't know why I bet on anything Carolina, but sometimes you have to, right? I mean,
you guys
there's
doing
only
these
2 teams to bet on, and they all suck.
You guys doing these overs on Thursday night is killing me. I don't get it. So
yeah,
you keep doing it, and anyway, you keep paying for it. All right, Rob, you did you get close this week?
No. I hit Hayden Hurst over. He got 14 yards. Woohoo! Big
Okay.
win there.
Woohoo.
Adam Thielen only racked up low 40s, 42, I think, 43. And Deontay Foreman, as Reg already said, he hit pay dirt. So I missed Adam
Yeah.
Thielen.
So
That's
you were
close.
just
That's pretty
it
close.
was close, man. That was your closest. I think that was your closest all season. Just the single miss there.
I
So
think I
I
hit
mean,
a
it
three
wasn't
out
a big. Oh, okay. Well, either way, it's not like you really stretched it out here. You only had a 600 payout, so it's not like it was a stretch. So, and then I took the 4-legger, which I typically try to do as much as possible. Double fails on the Bryce Young interception throw, which I don't even know how that's even possible. I was really hoping for the Cole Kmet touchdown. I thought that he was going to be the safety valve there. I did get the Chicago money line and Jaquan Brisker. He had several. I think he had that in the first half, so I pretty much figured that would be a lock there. So
I do enjoy brisket.
Jeez. Okay, we'll keep you on topic here, Rob. Brisker and not brisket. Okay.
I really don't know how we're related sometimes.
Well,
We'll just leave that one. We'll leave that one alone. But
okay. So looking at the week, Indianapolis in town visiting New England. Indianapolis pulls off the win 10-6.
yeah.
We got Green Bay 19 visiting Pittsburgh 23. That was Reg's lock, so he came away with good pick 'em there.
Closer than it needed to be, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of those teams are playing pretty much at the same level, so it's kind of a pick. It's kind of a pick 'em across the board. I thought it was pretty much a stretch on your part for a lock. We got New Orleans 19 visiting Minnesota 27. We can talk about that one a little bit later on because I'm curious whether or not we think that Minnesota has got a chance. Rob took the lone wolf here and paid for it.
Obviously.
Yeah.
He's not a believer.
No, I am a believer, and I don't want to be. I'm not a believer in Kirk Cousins, but for some reason, Josh Dobbs has got me.
I feel like if we go back 4 episodes, you're like, Josh Dobbs is a fucking bum.
No.
You weren't hating on Josh Dobbs.
No, I said when he was playing in Arizona, I said he was good. I liked him in Arizona.
Right.
I thought he might get killed, but I liked him. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Mhm.
Well, I can tell you. Yeah, we'll talk about it later if we want.
Yeah, we can talk about it later. Okay. Houston, this could have been the big surprise of the week. Houston going into Cincinnati red hot. They take the win 30-27. We took Cincinnati across the board. All of us took the L. That sucked. Actually, I guess there was a double right in a row here.
Yeah.
Cleveland 33.
I think the next one, yeah.
Yeah, Cleveland going in and taking the win here. We'll talk about what's going on in Cleveland now. Definitely after we're done all this. So Cleveland 33, Baltimore 31. We went Baltimore across the board. So we took double L's back to back there. Not a great scenario for us. Reg is on the Will Levis train, and as you can see,
that train's crashed.
Is that 6 points in field goals and 0 touchdowns? Is that what that is? I'd have to go back and look. I didn't even watch the game.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. I'm off the Tennessee train. I was hyped.
You were, yeah.
And I thought Tampa Bay, they kind of stink. That guy, Baker Mayfield, he's not that great.
Yeah.
Surely Tennessee can put up some. No, they didn't.
Fair enough. Yeah. So
I know
then
what
we got
train I'm on now too.
Oh yeah, what train's that?
Well, the San Francisco 49ers 34 points against the Jacksonville Jaguars 3 points.
I'm going to be honest with you. That 34 points is probably a lot less than what should have been scored in that game. They pretty much dominated the whole game. So
yeah,
I hope it's consistent now, and we're going to see it on a regular basis. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Destroyed
34. Them. Yeah. It was a good game. It was a nice game to be a fan. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, to be a Niners fan, not a Jaguars fan.
Definitely not. No. So
this next game also. There's so many games here that ended like last minute field goals, right? Like
yeah. I was going to put
Houston,
that in the notes.
Cleveland, this next one, the next one. Anyways.
Yeah, the walk-offs. Yeah, the walk-offs. Detroit 41 visiting LA, the Chargers. They got 38. Detroit. I didn't watch this game. Rob, was Detroit struggling in the first part of this game?
No. Detroit was playing well.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Detroit popped off. They
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought
It
I
was just
heard
back
they.
and forth the whole time.
yeah,
was it?
we had I think what was it? We busted off a 75-yard run. I think we had over 150, probably finished with over 200 yards rushing
Right. Okay.
or close to
The
it. Anyways,
the key story to the game though is the 4th and 2 at the end, right?
well, there's that. You know, Evan Ross or not Evan Ross St. Brown. Jameis Williams.
Yeah.
He
Jameer Gibbs played well too, didn't he? Gibbs played well.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Oh, we ran the ball fantastic. We
Yeah.
we had the 4th and 2 there, like Reg said. You know, we did a little pull off to the right hand side there, popped the hole,
Yeah.
and bam! If you can run the ball, you can run it on 4th and 2 then. And I like the way it's just we ran the ball very well, and we have to run the ball well.
Yeah, you know what? The Lions are getting the love in the power rankings right now. So they're definitely sitting in that top 5 in some cases. Some places are putting them up probably closer to the top 3. So I don't know. I think it's a kind of a gritty team. I don't think that they're a team that I'm willing to sink. Yeah, I feel I don't know. It'd be interesting to see a team get up on them. Who did they got their ass kicked by who? Was it Dallas? Who the hell did they get
Well,
beat by?
we lost to
Who-
Seattle. That was a
No, but
game that we should have won.
who's the route? Who was the route that kicked your ass?
Baltimore. The Ravens crushed
Yeah,
them.
Baltimore beat the shit out of you. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
But the storyline I was talking about though is it was 4th and 2 with like a minute left, and they threw it to Laporta, right? And
Oh,
got a first
yeah,
down,
okay.
and they could have kicked the field goal and given Herbert a minute left, but
Right.
he
Yeah.
went for it, got a
oh,
first
it took
down,
the clock.
and then took
yeah.
the clock, and then kicked the walk off field goal to win the game,
Mhm.
which is insane. But like when it
that's
happens.
yeah.
Like when it happens, you're happy to be a fan. When it doesn't happen, you're just like, oh, we just gave Herbert back the ball and we had a chance to kick a game-winning field goal, right? Like, obviously their defense wasn't stopping anything. You know, the Chargers.
I think
put up
that's the
38
identity
points,
of the
but
coaching. That's the identity of the
Oh, yeah.
coaching staff over
I
there.
think he's
though.
the-
That's Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gone on 4th down the most out of any.
Well,
coach.
Oh,
he
he
was-
goes on 4th
his-
down.
All
I
the
think it was
time.
our first drive of the year. We went on 4th down.
Yeah.
Well, his first
I think-
season, he felt like there. I don't know how many times you saw him in the post game pressers where he was apologizing because he felt like he had taken away the opportunity to win the game. He felt like the losses were on his shoulders because he was going for it on 4th down and he was going for the win as opposed to just playing safe and putting trust in the defense and all that kind of stuff. So either way, it's paying off. Now he's got the team around it. So gritty wins are great. Playing these high powered offensive teams, we'll see. Baltimore Ravens were the case in point for the first one. We'll see what they've got coming up though. Atlanta, another close game. Atlanta 23 visiting Arizona 25. I lone wolf on Arizona here. Kyler Murray coming back. You saw him run around like a little, I won't say it, bad words,
Weasel.
but he does the whole elbow attached to his side thing and he just like runs like this. Like it looks like a child running around, right? So anyway, he was doing it. He was running out. So he did Kyler Murray things. I feel like that magic will wear out eventually.
Yeah, Atlanta probably should have won that game, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm happy they didn't.
oh yeah, I
Washington-
bet you are, Mr. Pick'ems.
Yeah. Washington 26, Seattle 29. We took Seattle across the board here.
Another close one.
The Giants, I really, for some reason, I don't know why I lose. I have this little bar at the bottom. Anyway, Giants 27, Dallas 49. Dallas absolutely obliterated the Giants.
This was sad.
Yeah, it was awful.
As a fantasy football player, I played against Dak in both my leagues, and that didn't feel good. My other
that's hurt.
league, for some reason, they give more points on touchdowns. He put up 47 or something. I was just like, fuck you, Dak Prescott. Like, this is unbelievable.
That's for all the shit talking we do to him. He just
I know.
decided that he's gonna
Just get
empty
crushed
on
by
you.
Dak. Actually, I ended up winning because the Bills blew it, and in our league, their defense
Right.
was all I had to beat, and I think they put up 0 points or something. I don't even know.
That's
But
fair.
I won. That's all that matters.
There you go. Jets 12, Vegas 16. Rob Lone Wolf on the Jets. We took the Vegas here and scored another win. And then Denver. I had the same feeling. I felt the same way, man, as that Bengals game or as that Kansas City game. I remember in the daytime, I was like, man, could you imagine if they pull off this win? And sure shit, here we are, Denver going into Buffalo on Rob's lock and coming out with the win. So that's a storyline for us to talk about in a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
How about the Jets not being able to score a touchdown in like the last 8 quarters? It's kind of sad, right?
Very, very,
yeah,
very sad. Yeah. Somebody who Daniel Jeremiah, I think, just said that he did the whole review of what's his face's Wilson's tape on this game, and he said he didn't play well. Now I didn't watch the game in detail, but he said he didn't play terrible. So I don't know.
Well,
yeah.
What are you doing wrong? I don't know.
Yeah. There's something wrong there for sure. They've got the weapons. Okay, so our week 10 recap. Here's how it broke down. Rob and Reg went 7 apiece. I came away with 11, so I got
7-11, baby.
Yeah, so I got a little bit of traction on Reg. So I'm only 4 games back of Reg now, and
Rob's pretty far back.
Rob's a full week, a full week at least.
A full week, perfect.
Yeah, and a full week of misses for you. So either way, yeah. So Rob, you got anything to say there? What are your plans going forward here? How do you tackle this?
Yeah.
What are you just giving up? Are you just giving up right now? Yeah.
You going for the number 1 draft pick, Rob? What is this?
Give us the speech. Give us
why would I give up? Reg and I got I think Reg and I only had 2 different picks last week.
Okay, well, you're in the locker room right now, and you're trying to talk to the boys, and you're trying to say, look, we still got this. What does it sound like, Rob? Tell us.
Look at the other 2 donkeys we're playing. Don't worry about it. Just play the long game. We got it.
Play the long game.
Play the long game. What is part of the long game to go down by 11 and then scratch your way back? Is that what that is?
Dude, all I need to do is get 2 points, two games.
Well, I will tell you, knowing as the guy who puts together the stuff, this week we're very tight.
We were very tight last week.
Well, obviously not.
Reg and I were.
Yeah.
Reg and I think, only had a couple picks different.
Rick just threw in the random Arizona pick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every once in a while. But again, he gets to pick last. So.
Yeah.
Oh, then you know what this week we're going to do? You guys hold on to your picks, and I will put mine up first. Just to make sure you assholes don't think that I'm using your picks to make my picks, okay? You could always change your picks before the show if you want. I don't care.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Moving on. All right, Deshaun Watson's out in Cleveland.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. Oh, shucks. So he's out for the season. DTR is starting. Career stats, which is only this year. He went 20 for 37 for 130 yards, 0 TDs, 3 ints, 4 sacks. Are the Browns in trouble?
No. That looks like Deshaun Watson stats. Other than obviously the second half against the Ravens, but like they'll be fine. Their defense will take care of stuff. They'll run the ball. Somehow they'll still win games. I don't know how they win games. They're like I don't know how the teams in the AFC North, or sorry, just the Steelers and the Browns win games, because
you got the best defense in the league and a very good run offense. That's how you win games.
Yeah, but it's just it blows my mind that these quarterbacks are this bad and still manage to win a game.
I mean, the Jets are still hanging around. We just talked about them, right? So
the Jets are below 500.
I think,
but they're not scoring points. They're not scoring points in offense. Cincinnati's at 500, I believe.
Yes,
I believe the stats are. So like we have teams that have great quarterback play, barely hanging on. We have shitty quarterback plays. They're not scoring points, but they're still hanging around. I'm telling you, if we get a chance where Aaron Rodgers comes back in and the Jets are still serviceable, we could have a run here. So he's just got to hand over the keys.
Yeah, who do the Jets still have left, though?
Oh, the Jets. I looked it
Oh,
up.
they got the Bills this week, right?
The
Oh, that's a
Jets,
win, isn't it?
That's got to be a win for them.
That's a
I'm
dub
pretty
for
sure I
sure.
picked the Bills, but they got the Bills, the Dolphins, the Falcons, Texans,
doesn't
the
look good.
Dolphins. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Browns. Yeah, tough.
Listen, the one thing I have to say here is if you are an RMT around the world, just be extra vigilant.
Man, the memes out there right now,
Like,
they are so bad.
and
Yeah,
and
the
it's a
Twitter
wing.
post you
Like,
sent
he's
me?
going to be looking for a little help.
Oh
The
my
Twitter post you
goodness.
sent me, the first response was sitting there with, like Alien and Predator,
Yeah.
just dressed up as Predator, and I was just like,
Oh
anyways,
man, they're
you know
they're
what?
everywhere.
Fuck Deshaun Watson. I
Yeah.
obviously don't want anyone to get hurt, but I'm glad that he's not playing because he shouldn't be playing in the NFL anyways. So
Yeah, I mean, and for 240 million guaranteed,
yeah,
the guy can just walk away
230
now.
and 6 draft picks or 7 draft picks. 3
It's
of
like
them are first rounders.
Yeah, it's awful. I was looking at
Yeah.
it today. It's crazy.
know,
Could you imagine today what Mike Ditka would have paid for Sticky Ricky Williams? If you're given that for Deshaun Watson, holy, he could be signing off his own house. Like, so you want 8 of the 12 rooms? Okay, there you go. Like,
Some of that sticky icky. All right.
Either way, good riddance. I think the Browns are fine. I think they still have a chance. I don't think they win the division, but I think they definitely have a chance for a wild card spot. I think they have a better chance than the Steelers.
I feel like the Browns hang around too.
yeah, you got the best defense in the league, and you've got a solid run game.
Yeah.
You're going to do well in December and into January.
Yeah. When shit gets tough, they could last. The only thing that's going to cause them a problem is the quarterback play going to cost them? I'm always big on this. Does the quarterback play cost you wins? It doesn't necessarily have to win you games in this case. It just can't cost you wins. It can't cost you games. And as long as it doesn't do that and you can protect it. Well, but I just showed you a slide where it said that he threw 30 balls and he threw 3 ints when he threw them.
Oh, no, I know, but you didn't even – all I'm trying to say is I think your quarterback's going to have to win you a couple games here down the stretch for the – like –
I agree with Rob.
need
At like
TR
some point,
TR to
your
come in,
defense is going to fold, right? Like
and
some
he
point,
has to win a couple
Yeah.
games.
Maybe
now,
if not now in the playoffs for sure. Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he has to go out there and 354-0, right? But 250, 3-1, something to open up that run game. He's
I
gonna
don't
have
think he
to.
needs anything that insane, right? Like reality is the defense isn't going to hold every single time, and one of these times they're going to run into a team that gets ahead by 14, and the defense won't be able to get them back into the game, and the quarterback's going to need to get them back into the game. So, and I don't think DTR is the guy to do it, but I mean, they were
Not a
down
lot of
14.
option there,
The defense kind of got them back into it with the pick 6, and then, anyways, against the Ravens this week. But
yeah,
I think they're fine.
When did somebody go get Nick Foles? Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Next item, AFC North. So we're kind of in that vein right now. AFC North, king of the NFL. I think that we can probably agree all across the board that is probably the case. All of them have a winning record right now. The Bengals are currently the only team that has a losing record within the division. I think they're 0-2 in the division. And currently, if you look at the playoff seedings, the Bengals are tied. They are the only team that's out of the playoffs right now, and tied with the Texans for the 7th seed and seventh seed. And obviously, Houston holds that tiebreak right now as it is. So, what do you think, AFC North? What's your thoughts overall?
Definitely the best division.
Yes.
In the league, without a doubt.
Yeah.
All 4 of these teams can go.
I was going to say, can we put all 4 of them in the playoffs?
We can, because I still think that the Bengals are the second best team in that division, probably.
But what about Houston? Houston might win the South, so that means that Jacksonville's out.
Yeah, I don't think Jacksonville's going to be out.
I think you have a better shot at having 4 of these teams make it in than, let's say, 2 of them not.
So here's the thing, right? Like the remainder of the Bengals schedule is they still got 4 games against the North, right? So like probably the same thing for all the other teams, right? Like they still have 4 inter division games. So chances are is one of these teams is going to end up dropping like 3 of those games or something like that, and that's going to be them getting knocked out. And I think you're putting 3 from here, and then you're going Houston, for example, or the Jags for the other seed, right?
Yeah.
Because like
So that means
people
means
need
if
to
you do
drop
that-
games. Like you need to drop games
I know,
because
but-
you're playing against your division here. Like they're going to lose games no matter what, right? Because someone's got to lose. It's not like they can win out kind of thing, all the teams, because they're all playing each other for the rest of the year.
So that means that essentially you give Miami the East, you give Kansas City the West, and you take nobody from those guys. And we're
Definitely
thinking,
not.
I'm thinking the South takes 2.
Me too.
And if not, then you get 4 from the
Yeah,
North.
because definitely not the West. Like no one's.
So you're saying the Bills don't make it?
Do you know the Bills' remaining schedule? Their next
Bills
game
remaining schedule
is Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys. Their next 3 games.
Yeah, and then
well, we'll talk about
Chiefs
Denver in a couple
again.
minutes.
Yeah, like the Bills are done.
Yeah, the Bills can go 3-7.
I don't think the Bills can make it at this point. I mean, they did fire their we can talk about all this.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're saying that probably 3, possibly 4, but probably more likely 3 are going to go.
I would think
more likely 3 than 2 is what we're saying.
Yeah, I would say more likely 3, and I think you're taking 2 from the South. I think you're taking Jags and Texans from the. Like I think the Jags are still a good team. I think San Fran just beat the shit out of them. Like
the Jags don't have a very nice schedule either.
Well, no. Well, either way, the thing about schedules is I'm always one of those those people who I do believe in any given Sunday. I do believe that when you start saying that, all they've done is played against teams that have losing records. Well, they have losing records because you beat them. You know what I mean? They got beat by good teams.
You put a knock on their.
Like it's just kind of circumstantial and you see every week anyway. Okay. Next, I wanted to talk about this one because I feel like there's some mixed emotions about it. Reg mentioned it. I thought it was great. It's the international games. Thoughts? 5 international games this year. We did 3 in London, 2 in Germany. So I did a little bit of a deep dive just to see where everything is going or how things went. So out of those 5 teams, obviously you see the breakdowns there. The Jaguars obviously have it figured out. They have a home schedule in London, basically. Out of these 10 teams, 5 of them the week after going overseas came back and won, and 5 of them took their bye. Now, remember, if you play an international overseas game, you get to request a bye for the following week. So some teams didn't take it because they played early on. So you'll see those first 2 games, none of them took the bye. They just played the next week. And then I can't remember. I think it was the Ravens played after their game and the Titans took their bye. So that's how it all broke down. So I was actually expecting to see more losses in the week following, and I didn't see one. So I don't know. The other topic is how do you feel about Sunday morning football?
I don't like it.
Why?
So there's a couple things. Like I think I understand the point and wanting to get into the whole world market and expand the NFL and whatever, all that kind of stuff. I get it. The NFL is already massive, at least in North America. It's huge. I don't know if they really need to be expanding and potentially having an expansion team in London or something. There was rumblings about that. I don't think that needs to happen.
But it's
the reason I don't like
the game. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think it does. I think home field advantage is actually a big thing. It does matter for some teams.
Yep.
And also,
for the fans. The fans
and
here,
for the fans for sure. Exactly.
Yeah, if I'm a season ticket holder and you tell me I only get 7 tickets, that
exactly. Yeah. I'm sure you probably get some sort of kickback.
Oh, you get compensation, I'm sure of it.
Well, you just don't pay. No, you just pay.
Yeah, you'd pay $700 instead of $800. Obviously that's not the right price, but but also the quality of the games tends to just not I don't think the teams play up to what they're meant to be, or like they don't play to their ability. For example, if
The
that makes
football
sense.
sucks.
Yeah, the football, like the Colts Patriots game, that was awful.
It was awful. Yeah, the
It was
Dolphins Chiefs game
awful.
wasn't though.
I mean, the
It
Dolphins.
wasn't the
Chiefs game-
Dolphins. The Dolphins didn't seem like the Dolphins, and maybe coincidentally or not, the Dolphins showed up earlier on in the week, and the Chiefs showed up at the last minute. Like they came in
Yeah.
on Friday. So, and everybody up to that point was thinking, oh, those teams that show up on Friday, oh, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't know. The Jags Bills, the
Yeah.
Bills look terrible.
Yeah,
But
the
the Bills have
look
also looked terrible
I mean, the
all
Titans,
season.
I don't know. The Titans
I-
haven't looked great. It.
Yeah.
I just don't think it just doesn't feel good. I don't know. And also, like 9:30 morning games. That's 9:30 for us. That's 6:30 for people on the West Coast. Like if you're a fan of a team that's here, that's a West Coast team, they're expecting you to be up at 6:30 a.m. to watch.
You're basically drunk by 7:00, right?
Yeah, like
That's crazy.
I get it. I get that they want to expand and all that stuff, but I don't like it. I really don't. It
Yeah,
also
what do you
like
think of-
it changes it changes so much.
I think having an international league isn't a bad idea. And if you can get yourself, and again, we've done the international leagues before, right? They work good, but they were using it as almost like a feeder system, or trying to, right?
Yeah, Kurt Warner.
But yeah, but I think this is the proper way to expand into the NFL, or sorry, into Europe and further.
Global market, sure.
Yeah, is to bring NFL quality teams, get people excited about the game by watching the professionals that we watch it week in and week out. That's
yeah, and the fans over there buy in.
Yeah,
It
they
looks
do.
cool.
Oh, they love it.
Look, they're all over
They're
the place. I love
chanting,
looking
they're
the stands. Yeah,
And there's
man. It's
oh, yeah,
fun.
they're having a
32
good time.
teams. Yeah, for
It's
sure.
cool. It's cool. Here's my go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Ask the question.
I was just gonna say, so if this is what they're doing, what is the goal? I want to
Yeah.
understand what the goal is here. Is it to have a
To
team
compete
that
with
plays over
FIFA.
there? What?
To compete with FIFA.
Well, they're not.
They're
If
never
they
gonna-
actually think that, they're
Yeah.
fucking nuts.
Well,
Like that's unreasonable to even think. I think what they're seeing over there now is that there's still a market over there for them, right? It's nowhere near the North American market, and definitely not ever going to challenge FIFA ever.
Yeah.
Like there's just no way.
I'm not saying they're going to. I'm saying that to me, that would be the end goal.
See, I
Is
thought the goal
challenge.
was expansion, to try to put an expansion team over there.
Yeah. But then are you expecting 8 teams to travel to London to play every year? Like,
Or
know what I
one
mean?
team to travel back and forth all the time. Like it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what the end goal is here.
or
It's
do you
cool
have
if you do the one-offs here and there. Like the Niners consider Mexico City like a home away from home. They
Yeah,
love
but
it.
that's
there, right?
close though. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
It's
That's what I'm
close. And it's
saying.
like yeah.
I
I don't know if the long game here is also just like getting exposure for the NFL to potentially get athletes and people interested in American football, so
Mhm.
that as they're growing up, maybe that's something that they want to pursue, and then you're open to a bigger athlete pool.
Yeah.
But the problem is like obviously like, when this kid is 12, they're going to be nowhere at the skills of any of the kids in America because they're not playing football from the day they started walking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's just money. Like it's got to be just money. Like if you look in the stands, everyone's wearing a Kelsey jersey, a whatever. Like they're wearing all the jerseys and stuff like that. It's just
Yeah.
money. That's all it
Yeah.
is. And I think it is
You had something
worse
else
for
to
the
say, Rob?
fans.
if I'm making my decision on the buy that you talked about, I am absolutely taking my buy after this. But I'm
Really,
securing
you would
the
take
game.
it because one of those games was like week 6.
I know, but you didn't let me
week
finish.
4,
I
think.
would. I know, but
Yeah.
I would secure my game later in the year. That way, I didn't get stuck on an early bye week.
But I don't think they get that option.
Well, then I wouldn't take it early. Like if I had it late, I would take it late. If I had the game late,
Yeah, for sure.
But if it was early,
for sure.
I'd roll the dice. I don't like early buys. Early buys suck.
Yeah,
you know,
Jaguars
it's-
Falcons was week 4.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
week 4. Yeah.
so-
So it would have
And
been
then
week
Bills was
5.
week
for
5.
The first weeks of buys.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
No. Either way, so what I worry about is if they do look at starting to expand the league. We already see beyond the 53, there's quite the drop off on the quality of player. And I get it. You hit diamonds in the rough all the time, but I think that rostering extra teams at 53 players plus practice squads, I just wonder what it does to the quality of play. That's my biggest
have
concern.
an extra team. You would just move a team, I think.
Possibly,
They
but
keep
that's
32, right? Like,
well, that's
yeah, a team where like the market just is no good in America. Just move it.
I don't think that's possible anywhere. Even Arizona is still.
No,
good.
I agree, but like I think that like, what are you going to do? A 34 team league all of a sudden?
No, no.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nobody understands what the end game is.
yeah,
And that would be my concern if they started doing that. They started looking for expansion as opposed to just relocation. Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a fan either way.
You want to know what I don't like the most is that I normally use Sunday morning to get things done, and then I settle in to watch football if I'm not like gone away to watch football, and it throws off my day because I want to sit and watch football.
Yeah,
That's just me being selfish. So,
and sometimes I don't even know it's an overseas game, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta
Shit,
set
there's
my
a game
fantasy
on.
football lineup. What the fuck?
all
It's not like, damn it.
right. 49ers dominate, overreaction or fact? Not the part that they dominate. Are they back? Are they for real? Are they legit? Rob, you start us off because we keep jumping on top of you here.
String a couple together.
Okay.
I want to see 2 or 3, and
But did they not string 5 together? Or, just playing devil's advocate because I'm not actually fighting this one at all.
no.
Did they not string 5 together before?
And then they dropped 3. Yeah. And
Well, they missed a
that's my
field
thing.
goal and it would have been 2. Like,
It's still 3 in the L. It doesn't matter how you get there. At the end of the day, they don't sit there and look at the record and say, "Well, you almost won that one. You almost won that one."
well,
You know
people
what? Go
do
to
that
the
all the time.
playoffs.
People
I know, but
literally do that all the time.
But at the end of the day, the thing that matters is the W or the L, right? The stats, who cares, right? In my eyes, stats aren't going to get you to the playoffs, right? Put up, string a couple wins together, show me that you're in late season form, and yeah, I think that I still think they're the best team on paper.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're back. I think they hit a slump. They took the bye week. They came back. They showed who they were. I think they've got the Bucks this week.
Yeah.
They're gonna murder Baker. Poor Baker.
Then Seattle on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like I think. Yeah, I don't think there was any. I guess there was a bit of concern once you drop the 3 in a row. But it's not like
I always think
dropping
they didn't.
three in a row to like bad teams. It's not like
think they've-
you lost to a bad team like Arizona or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. All along, I think everybody felt like the 49ers were going to snap out of it. I don't think anybody ever felt like, oh crap, like it's not like the Bills. Like the Bills feel bad right now. Right? I don't think it
Yeah.
ever felt that way.
I think I'm still betting on the Bills, even though
I am too.
think
They're
I've said for
5-5.
the past 6 weeks, like, I don't like the Bills. Like,
Yeah.
But the Niners, those, like they obviously didn't look good, but like they came back and it looks like they fixed their problems, right? Like defensively, they were all over the place. And
yeah, the insider point of view, basically what I'd tell you is that I don't know how much the movement of the defensive coordinator from the booth to the field made. I don't know how much impact that had. Obviously, Chase Young, the pickup, that's huge. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. Heard some Kyle Shanahan interviews, and I actually put this 100% on Kyle Shanahan's shoulders. And what I mean by that is he was up until 3-4 wins, he was like, yeah, I think we're good, but blah, blah, blah. And then when they beat the shit out of the Cowboys, he was like, oh, he even admits it. He remembers thinking, oh no, maybe we are this good. Right. And so when they beat the shit out of the Cowboys, well, no, but he changed. Like he even talked about it. He even talked about it during the game, like in Cleveland. he made adjustments to the way like the play calling and the scheme for the Cleveland game because he tried to get cute. Is what he tried to do. He overthought the whole process instead of just doing what they did. And what you saw on Sunday was just what the Niners are supposed to do.
Doing the Niners.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think they do the same thing to the Bucks this weekend, and
I think what they did this week they had to do though, right? They had to.
Yeah, I felt like they
you
needed to
couldn't-
win this week.
You couldn't
I feel like they
plan
needed
a
to win
win.
this week.
You had to come in and pound the piss out of whoever you were playing, and say no, we're here. Like it's.
I don't
it's
think I
not a
needed a
sneaky win, but you got a big one.
you didn't.
I
need a
gave
beating like
Jacksonville.
that.
No, I gave Jacksonville a lot of credit. I thought they were a good team going to the game. I think I needed the Niners to win wasn't so much because of the 3-game loss. It was because of the bye week. I needed them to have straightened things out during the bye week and said, okay, now we're good. They got back Trent Williams. They got back Deebo Samuel. A couple of key players in that. Did you guys see the defender run away from Trent Williams on the
I heard about that.
the end around? He literally, Jen and I actually
ran
were
away from him.
We're sitting here watching it, and I looked over at her. She's like, "Did he just run away from him?" And I'm like, "Yes, he did. He turned around, he made a business decision, and got the fuck out of Dodge."
Run your business.
Yeah. Trent was like, "Man, I can't even believe that shit. I've never seen it happen before." So anyway, okay, we'll move on from that one. Yeah,
and it's not like the Jaguars are a bad team.
no,
Like they're a pretty good team, and they were also coming off of a bye, so it's not.
A lot of questions around Trevor Lawrence in that game. I didn't realize that there was a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of people questioning his decision making and things like that. So so I don't know. He's got all the skills in the world. He's got the abilities. So there's no doubt about that. There were some talks about it. So I'm not sure the legitimacy of that. So okay, last one. Who the hell are the fucking Broncos? And why I say that? So sorry. We're on the Bills. Are the Bills dead? Sorry, I apologize. I jumped ahead.
Yes, the Bills are dead because I think they're going to lose the next 3 games. Well, maybe not the next 3 games. I think they beat the. No. I think they play the Jets this weekend, right?
No, Jags, Texans, Jags, Browns.
I think
okay. No. They play like the Eagles, the Cowboys, Chiefs. Don't they?
Sorry, Titans, Texans.
Yeah, Titans. That's right.
Bengals, Browns.
Poor Ken Dorsey. Either way, so here's my question.
The Bills? The Bills play the Jets, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys.
Oh, why am I talking about the Jags? I thought we were talking.
No, we're on to the Bills.
Oh.
And we're asking if the Bills are dead. And I say, yeah, they might get a win this weekend against the Jets, but I think they lose the 3 after that. I think they lose to the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Cowboys, and they can kiss their playoff chances goodbye. Unless they do something like this. The OC firing is huge.
But why? Why they do it though? Why? What's the reason? I'm just curious because I must not have been watching these Bills games in depth, but I'm looking at a number 2 offense overall. Yeah. I'm looking at the number 3 in passing overall.
Yep.
And number 11 in rushing. They're playing ball on offense. Why are we firing the offensive coordinator?
Because the head coach has to save his job.
Is it because he's not dealing with Josh Allen? Is it because he's not straightening him out? Like, is Josh Allen making decisions out there and basically now Ken Dorsey's just like, oh, you're Josh Allen, do whatever you want to do.
You're the man. Keep doing it.
Yeah, see, Josh Allen's the one that's going to cost you games, but he's also going to fucking win you games. And we know that he's going to win you games, right? So that's the thing is how much do you wrangle him in and how much do you ruin what he's trying to do or what he's capable of doing?
They're actually the number 2 offense.
Yeah.
Is that? Oh, that's crazy.
I looked it up today.
Now, is Ken Dorsey the one making the play calls?
I would assume
McDermott.
I don't know. But if it's not Ken Dorsey, well, here, hold on. I think he made this play call.
Seems like the kind of guy that would make a play call.
Yeah, I think he made the play call. Going to the replay there.
Yeah, I mean, looking at like those stats, obviously, but like points wise, they're not putting up a ton of points, right?
That's because Josh is throwing interceptions,
turning the ball over, right? Yeah,
but is
I
firing
can't
the
answer your
OC going to
question
stop
of
that?
why
That's
they
my
picked
question.
him. Sorry,
no,
that's what I'm saying. Like, stopping firing the OCs. No. Yeah, go ahead.
It was just like the head coach. They probably came to him and they said, "It's either you or Dorsey."
I
And
don't know.
McDermott's going to say, "Sorry, Ken, we have to have a talk."
I'd be surprised that I'd surprised that a GM or an owner would say that, would give the
Well, maybe
coach.
it was the owner to the GM, right? Like, I
Yeah.
think there was a decision here, and it was Dorsey's going, not McDermott, and those were the two names that came up.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
otherwise,
don't
why
know.
would
there
your
could also
OC
be like
or your
offensive
DC?
frustrations
You know what I mean?
too, right?
It's
Yeah, there
Like-
could be grumblings in the locker room that we don't
Like
even
in the
know about.
locker room, and they could be like,
Yeah.
Dorsey isn't calling offense the way that we like to play. Like, if
To our
we were doing it
strengths,
this
shit
way,
like that.
that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
like that.
Is
that
Dorsey doing the play
toxic
calls, though?
environment kind of thing.
I guess I guess he is.
who knows?
Right? But I guess he's not anymore.
Yeah, it'll be telling this weekend. Like, obviously, the Jets, they have a great defense. The Bills need to win that game, right? If they don't, then 100% the Bills are dead. But I think
It's
they
an
need to.
uphill.
Yeah, they need to put a pounding on the Jets if they want to be taken seriously, I think. But
What
Yeah.
is it? 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I don't know about the Bills. I keep betting on them as well. I want them to be as strong as I feel like they are, and shit just keeps happening. So it kind of leads me to the next one. Who the hell are the Broncos? They are 4-5. When you take away the Miami game, the 70-20 game, they have 176 points for, 178 points against. They're on a 3-game winning streak, which includes the Packers, Chiefs, and Bills. And 2 other of their losses were less than 3 points.
Mhm.
So
And they were very close on their other Chiefs game too, right?
I think it was like 10 points.
26,
It was-
22 or something, maybe.
No, it was like 21-10 or something like that.
But
Or
like they were
something.
in it to the end. Like
They were
was-
in it, yeah.
Yeah.
So who the fuck are the Broncos? We dogged on the Broncos all year long.
They're a
Who the hell
team
are the
that has they have skill position players. They have good players in skill positions. They have players that can make a big play.
Wasn't Jerry Judy like pissed off and like ready to quit the team? Like, this is what I'm
Well,
saying. I don't
Yeah,
like, everything points to
it's-
the Broncos being awful, but here they are winning games.
Well, I guess you have to consider that Sean Payton's still there, and maybe he's figured out what to do with Russ now. Maybe he's figured out his pieces.
He's figured out how to let Russ cook.
Yeah.
It's Sean Payton, you know. You have to trust that he's an offensive-minded quarterback or offensive-minded coach. He's going to do good things, and he's got Russ Williams, Wilson, right? So
Okay, so if I go back to the AFC North question, we look at the Bengals, they're 5-4. Now I come down to the Broncos, who are 4-5. So in theory, they're 1 game back. They're in the hunt right now. And we just talked about how the AFC North is going to have probably 2 teams, at least, maybe 3 in the playoffs. Or sorry, we said 3, most likely. We figure Houston or Jacksonville is going to take the other wildcard team. So are these other teams creeping up? Is there something going on here? Like the AFC is really intriguing to me. I feel like there's a lot of teams hanging around.
Are the Broncos good though? Right? Like beating the Bills. We just talked about, are the Bills dead? Like obviously the Bills have problems. Beating the Chiefs is obviously a big one. But then also beating the Packers, it's kind of like,
well, you got to win the games though. You got to go out and win the games you're supposed to win, right?
Yeah.
So,
I looking at the Broncos schedule, they got Vikings this week. We'll see how that goes. But then they got Browns, Texans, and I honestly don't think they're beating the Chargers. They then got the Lions.
Chargers aren't any good either.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are kind of hitting their stride. They're just not.
Well, they're getting ready to fire their coach.
Yeah, well, I mean,
It is the season.
yeah, why not, right? You know what? I honestly think the Broncos are a 7-win team. They're
Yeah, you're
4 and
probably
5
right.
right now. I think they're a 7-win team.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think they've pulled out a couple nice wins at the right time, and it looks good. But I think Joshua Dobbs exposes them this weekend. You'll see what they're all about.
God,
It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to talk about here on the Broncos? Everybody's feeling good. Any other stuff we want to hit before we?
I don't like the Broncos. I don't know. Maybe it's Sean
That's fair.
Payton. Maybe it's Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm not too sure what it is. It's just like I don't even think they're fun to watch. You know what I mean? Like Russ used to be fun to watch.
I expect them to be terrible. I expect them to be terrible. I think that's why I don't enjoy watching them.
You know what? I ran into a Broncos fan last week. It must have been 2 weeks ago. So like before the Chiefs win. And I was like, "Oh, how you doing?" And he's like, "Man, it's tough being a Broncos fan." I'm like, "No shit, eh?" And he's like, "Oh, that sucks about Kirk." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's okay. Whatever. Like, we'll see what happens." And it's like, now he's got 2 wins. Like, this Broncos fan just got 2 more wins. Like, maybe it's not tough being a Broncos. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. It's crazy. Okay. Last week we had possibly the worst, or what we thought was going to be the worst slate of primetime games in a very long time. This week, we are blessed. I want to say blessed with primetime games. We're going to start off week 11 with a dinger tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a game. Luke is coming over to my place tomorrow. We're going to watch this game together because we're going off to Pennsylvania on Friday. So last time we watched a game together was hilarious. It was a good time. So I'm really looking forward to watching this game with him. But Cincinnati, Baltimore, lads, what do you got?
Gus Bus. I think Baltimore puts a beat down, actually. Short week. Cincinnati could use all of the time possible to prepare. And I think on the short week, it's a bad draw for them to go up against Baltimore in Baltimore.
I also agree with Rob there, and I think Baltimore is still the best team in the AFC, even after losing to the Browns. I think that was an any given Sunday kind of thing. Like they were up 14. I think Lamar like threw the ball and hit it off a guy's head, and then they got a pick six. Like it was just they shouldn't have lost that game. Yeah, they shouldn't have lost that game. Really, it happened. Yeah. You know, Deshaun came and played better than he's played in 5 years because he's only played 2 games in 5 years or whatever. In the second half, you know what I mean? Like, I really just think Baltimore is still an amazing team. And I think they'll show Cincinnati who the true kings of the AFC North are this weekend.
My take on this one is last week we were crowning the Bengals. They lose one to Houston at home, and all of a sudden you guys, it seems like you guys are like, it won't even be close.
I don't think the Bengals are a bad team.
You just don't think they're good enough?
I just think Baltimore is number 1 or 2 in the league. And I think
I felt like I could have went either way with this one. I honestly did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being in the Bengals are like
maybe 10 to 14 in the league kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see.
Their defense, the Baltimore defense is very good. Very, very good. I'll touch on that I'll touch on it right here. Anyways, Keaton Mitchell, I don't know if you guys have seen, he's been scoring touchdowns the last 2 games. He doesn't get a lot of touches. Harbaugh said he's going to get more touches, so that's why I'm going with him with an anytime touchdown and over on the rush.
Yep.
Expect that to hit by the second quarter, baby. It's going to hit.
Do you think coaches play their hand like that to the media?
Well, now he's going to get no touches. That's really what I was thinking. Yeah, anyways, it doesn't matter. He's saying, he's expecting him to get more usage. He probably won't. That's usually how it goes. But Burrow under. The Ravens passing offense is only allowing 187 per game, I believe. And Burrow has definitely hit over the last 2 or 3 games, but I believe they'll hold them down. And also the under on the passing TDs for Burrow. The Ravens have only given up 2 passing TDs in 2 games this year. One was actually against Burrow early in the year, and the other one was against the man, the myth, the legend, Joshua Dobbs when he was playing for the Arizona Cardinals. So, but I think Baltimore will have they'll have something to prove after losing a tight game. Lamar was pissed. He wasn't happy with his play, and I think they come back and
fair enough.
Beat up on Joe Burrow.
Roberto.
Short week. I like a lot of run game. I think the Ravens offense thrives off a good run game. Everyone's going to be keying on Lamar, and Gus Bus is going to get at least one.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Mixon. So I got Gus Edwards anytime touchdown. Joe Mixon on an anytime touchdown. Look, I think Mixon is one of those guys that used to be a very good player, and he's kind of fallen out of grace, or he's not talked about nearly as much as he used to be. He's still got
true.
the talent there.
I agree.
And Joe Mixon, I took him under 20.5 receiving yards. I think if Mixon gets this, he gets it in 1 or 2 receptions. He doesn't pick up 5 receptions to get this.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, kind of up the seams, that kind of thing.
Screen pass, something like that. That is
where you got to bust one out. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Okay, not a bad parlay. I took a 4-legger again. I started off defense. I like to pick all these unique things that I get to do because I'm a DraftKings guy, just to show everybody what I can do. So I got Raquan Smith with a combo over 9.5 tackles and assists together. Each team to score 1 touchdown in each half. So I do feel like these guys are going to score. It's going to be a little bit different of a Thursday night game for us. I did take Gus Edwards as an anytime touch, and Joe Burrow, I took him for over 37.5 passing yards because I feel like they're going to be playing. That's what I meant. Sorry, attempts. I feel like they're going to be playing from behind. So I do feel like that Burrow is going to have to put the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
So there's our parlays.
Hey, I like attempts a lot more than completions.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I like attempts too. And the attempts tend to pile up pretty fast. So.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Dallas visiting Carolina. We took Dallas across the board. I don't know that this was a surprise to anybody, but I feel like Dallas is going to beat the shit out of them. Do you guys have anything unique to talk about in this game?
Bryce. Hopefully he's got someone to rub him down at the end of the day because he's going to be hurting.
You can call Deshaun.
Yeah, Deshaun might be able to hook him up, but
that's terrible. What a bad joke. That is awful. I shouldn't.
It is a bad joke, but I think he is gonna be in for a hurting.
I thought it like 2 seconds before you said it, and I was like,
I thought it too, and I was like, you should keep this one to yourself. All right, fucking. Okay, another AFC North. It's AFC North weekend. Pittsburgh visiting Cleveland. Maybe we'll see some sorting out here next week. We'll be talking about where they're at. But Cleveland across the board. I didn't find this one to be a surprise either. So I've got nothing special here. DTR. I thought about it for about a split second, and then I was like, nah, screw that shit. Like, yeah. Cleveland wins this
DTR
game.
is just as good as whatever his name is, Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
They both stink.
Rob, anything for you?
No, it's an offense that's struggling going up against a ball control offense and a very good defense to back them up. I think Cleveland mops the floor with this one.
Sounds good.
I agree.
Chicago visiting Detroit. We went Detroit across the board. Not surprising. Rob stepped in and put the lock on Detroit. It'd be nice if Chicago took this win, though. I will say that. Then it just helps cement the wild card play that I had there. So
Justin Fields might be back.
Just saying. So
he
might say some things.
He was practicing, and they're happy. They said they'd be shocked if he's not back.
There you go. So either way, Detroit across the board at home. I think that one's pretty safe. I would love to see Chicago walk away with it just to make me not look like a dumbass. But
I would love to see Chicago walk away with it too.
Yeah, I know you would. Rob, what are your thoughts on this one? This is your team.
So Detroit can score when they're playing well at will. It doesn't matter how they do it through the air on the ground.
What the fuck is Detroit played?
You can't say that because 20 minutes ago you talked about how it doesn't matter. Oh, this team losing record and.
Well, you said scoring at will.
No, what I said.
I didn't say wins and losses.
Scoring,
you said scoring at will when they're playing at will. When they're playing well, you said scoring at will when they're playing well is what you said.
Well, that's not what I meant to say. Then what I meant to say, and what I intended to say was, okay, if they are firing on all cylinders and playing well, they can score at will.
Okay. There's a lot of variables there. It's fine. Detroit's going to win. I agree, Rob.
All right.
It's.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I agree.
Houston. Let's go, baby.
Yeah,
We're
Houston
gonna be
across
the
the
same
board.
picks all the way down here.
I
Oh,
was like, as I'm typing them all out, I thought, oh, here we go. Anyway, Arizona visiting Houston to win. Yeah, I don't see any issues here. Kyler runs into his brick wall here for real fast. D'Amico keeps the boys rolling. CJ Stroud's on fire.
looking amazing.
Yeah, did any of us pick him? I didn't pick him for my offensive player of the year. I took Bijan. Finally, Bijan scored this week, so that was nice.
I think I did.
Did you take?
Rookie,
we all took.
rookie.
I thought we all took. Yeah, the offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
thought we all took Bijan. Maybe you
No,
took.
no,
I
no.
stayed away
Either
from
way.
him. I took Bijan over Stroud, and the only reason was because I had more trust in a running back.
Yeah, me
than
too.
A rookie or rookie quarterback, and that's why I went that way.
Yeah, and then basically they
I
stopped
think
handing
Reg
the
did
ball
go
off.
Stroud though.
Yeah, I got
Just-
CJ Stroud for the offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. All right. Vegas in
Oh,
town
yeah.
visiting Miami. I locked in on Miami here. I feel like this one's a pretty safe bet. I don't see any mistakes, any issues. Miami should just keep rolling in this game.
Yeah, the
Vegas
whole
is
Vegas
hoping what
train.
happens stays in Miami.
Yeah, that's right. They're just gonna leave it there. That's right.
Yeah. The Vegas train was good to be on for a bit, but they didn't look too hot, and I'm sure Miami will take this.
They will show them. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they'll show them what a team is.
Yeah, it's right.
You can't bet on the worst team in the league here, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I agree.
Yeah, that's right. So the Giants are the worst team in the league. Washington, not actually. Washington, surprisingly, even their defense wasn't playing super terrible.
They look pretty
But
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
I expected them to be really bad after like dumping their whole defensive line,
Yeah,
and
just selling.
they
their
didn't
team.
look terrible. So I thought, oh well, maybe there's some life there. I mean, in these low ball games, they should be okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, the Giants, they're awful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Danny DeVito's son, or long lost nephew, whatever he is. He does not look like that goes back to the point that you were making with like having more like the talent pool.
Mhm.
Like there's probably 15 teams in the NFL that could use a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of teams that need a quarterback.
Yeah,
And-
the difference is obvious.
yeah.
the between the great quarterbacks and the teams that are lacking for sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I agree. Rob, anything on this one? Green Bay, or sorry, moving on. Sorry, did you have anything on the Giants in the Washington game?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Chargers, Green Bay is yours. What do you think?
I think the Chargers are the better team, top to bottom. I think the Chargers are waiting for a game to explode on somebody, and this is it.
I mean, they exploded on the Lions. They just lost the last minute. Whoever the ball last.
Yeah.
I agree with Rob though. I think the Chargers, like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, the Chargers are kind of hitting their stride offensively. They're looking better and stuff like that. Green Bay is hard to bet on with Jordan Love and their stumbling issues. So even though I don't like betting on the Chargers that much.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of trust or a lot of faith in the Chargers, but I have more faith in the Chargers than I do Green Bay.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm not a Jordan Love fan. I don't mind the Green Bay defense, so that could cause some ripples here. But if I had to pick one where I had to favor all three facets of the game, it'd be the Chargers here. And actually, it's probably because of Jordan Love. All right, Tennessee visiting Jacksonville. Jacksonville rebounds. We took 3 across the board here. There's a it's starting to look pretty consistent for us. So Jacksonville, either one of you got anything on this one?
Yeah, Jacksonville has to bounce back, obviously, after their big loss against the Niners. At home should be nice.
In a division.
The Will Levis train has crashed and burned.
Yeah.
The Titans are not looking great. I think Jacksonville just gets back on track here. And
Where's Derrick Henry with his contract? Is he in a contract year this year?
that's a good question. I can try to find it.
No.
I can't remember.
He got paid 2 years.
They were talking
ago,
about
didn't he?
they were talking about trading him, and I thought it was going to be like a rental.
I thought he got paid 2 years ago.
Can't remember.
Henry will become a free agent at the end of the 2023 season.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it'll be interesting to see, knowing that it's a lifespan of a running back. But either way, I think that Jacksonville, you're right. I think they bounce back from from their loss, and they find a way to win this one. It might not be a pretty game, but I do feel like they'll come out on top.
Yeah, it says he signed a 1 year, $10 million this year.
Sounds like that sounds like a tender. Sounds like a tender. Okay, Tampa visiting San Fran. San Fran, all three of us across the board. Baker coming to visit. What do you guys think?
I think we touched on this earlier.
String it together.
Yeah.
Chase Young, Bosa.
Yeah, Baker could be in trouble this game.
Who do you guys have next week?
We have Seattle on the Thanksgiving game.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know I got to book off.
Ooh, Rob with the Jets. All right.
There we go. Now we got some parity here. Rob taking the Jets. So Jets visiting Buffalo. Rob doesn't buy the Buffalo bullshit anymore, and he's gone with the Jets. So, man, you're going to have to talk this one up.
I don't think I have to talk this one up. I kind of predicted that you two would take Buffalo, and I need to make up ground here. So this is a good game for me to make up ground.
This was the fucking game you decided that was going to be the one?
What other game would you take here?
Maybe you could...
Maybe Pittsburgh and Green Bay.
The Green Bay Charger game.
Cincinnati one.
What?
Cincinnati one. Yeah.
Green Bay Chargers,
yeah. Oh,
I think the next closest game here is the Pittsburgh-Cleveland one.
That one, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, well, interdivision, yeah, for sure. The Tennessee-Jacksonville game even.
Not a chance.
Okay.
Not a chance. So the Jets have scored, I think, 18 points in their last 2 games, 6 field goals. They don't know how to get into the end zone. So
it's true.
I believe in Buffalo being able to get 2 touchdowns. They seem to be able to do that in every game. And I would love for the Jets to win. You know, I watched the Hard Knocks and I was all on the Jets, and then that all went downhill in the first drive.
3 plays.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think Buffalo wins this one. I think they could fuck up and still win this one.
Yeah, it's a must win, but like I was saying earlier, like even if they win, I think they're in serious trouble with the remaining schedule.
Yeah. This one I felt like what's his face is out still, right?
Stafford? I believe so.
Because if he's not, this was one. This is one for me. Yeah, this is one that I could have flipped on for sure.
I would flip this if I knew he was starting, and the Rams expect him to start now. So, again, this is one of them games where, like we said, if Stafford's playing, I'm taking Stafford. I'm not taking the Rams with Ripon. Or Rippin. Or whatever.
Definitely not Rippin.
Stafford appears ready to go.
Yeah, see that might change it for me, and there's no reason why. I mean, we can lock you in here on Wednesday if you want, but if you want to change it up, Rob, I don't think there's any reason why.
I'm going to say right now, I'm going to take the Rams.
Rob's changing to the Rams. He's got to get some wins.
Well, no, but Stafford playing.
I'm also changing to the Rams.
That was a big thing for me, was Stafford's status. And again, like we said, we're going to run into this picking on Wednesday, but this is one that I can't. This is too far.
Yeah, Rippin plays. I take Seattle every day.
Oh yeah.
Stafford plays, and it was definitely was leaning more towards the Rams.
70% of the time.
So you got to lock in your pick. We don't know who's playing. It sounds like Stafford's going to play.
I'm taking the Rams.
Okay. Because like if Rippin ends up playing, you're still on the Rams.
I don't care. I'll take the Rams. It sounds like Stafford's going to play. I'd rather take the chance with Stafford probably going to play than.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the Rams.
Yeah, you can go in and switch it on the
I'll fix
app that we use. Yeah.
I got to fix it by Thursday. Tomorrow before
I think you got to fix it by Sunday. Well, fix it tonight.
Just fix it right after this.
I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah. I'm flipping over to the Rams as well, by the way, because I believe the Rams.
Fuck the Rams. Go Seattle.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. All right. Minnesota at Denver. Rob.
Oh, so Rob or Rick, we're the exact same until this next one, I'm sure. Until the Monday nighter. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
not anymore because I just took the Rams.
Okay. So, Rob, why Denver?
Yeah, Rob, why Denver?
I think we just kind of talked about Denver, and
I don't feel like you were on Denver's train, were you?
I said they've got multiple skill position players that can make big impacts and change games.
Okay.
They also have Russell Wilson and Sean Payton. Like,
Russell Wilson.
Well, no,
I
I
don't think
think
anyone said that for 3 years.
no, I think Sean Payton and Russell Wilson is a good combo together because they both respect each other and they both know what each other can do.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm holding strong with Minnesota. I don't believe in Denver.
I don't care. I'll take the dub.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you need the fucking dub. We're just tossing this one out here for you. Just this is kind of like
okay. So here's the question: Are you saying Josh Dobbs is better than? Are you saying Josh Dobbs will win this game before Russell Wilson will win it?
I am.
Or do you think this is
Russell Wilson's fucking awful? Other than the last couple of games, he's been fucking brutal.
Joshua Dobbs is a better quarterback.
He is nowhere near. He's nowhere near. If you're living in the ghost of Russell Wilson past, he is not the same fucking quarterback anymore at all. So,
JJ might be back this week too. They're ramping him up.
Rob wants another switch.
I'm riding on this one.
So also,
let's ride.
One interesting stat too is Minnesota, I believe, has only lost one game on the road this year, and I believe it was to the Chiefs.
An AFC West opponent.
Yeah, but rolling into Denver, I think, is a little easier than rolling into Chiefs.
It's hard to play. It's hard to play.
We still got John Denver in the Rocky Mountains here.
Yeah. I don't think they
country road, baby. Take me home.
That John Denver lied.
Fuck.
Yeah, I think Minnesota should be able to handle this game pretty easily. I've been wrong before with Minnesota, but they're on a streak. Dobbs looks good. The team's happy. Like everyone, it's just momentum. And I think they're just going to continue rolling with it. So
yeah, if he had flubbered, that first game, definitely the second game, then the momentum would certainly be gone. But right now they're riding it, and I don't think Denver's the caliber of team that can knock that kind of momentum off. They're gonna have to run into one of the upper echelon, like top 8 teams, to like put them back in check. But right now, Denver's not that team.
Yeah, and I think this is what I was saying going into. I think we were like 2-4, 3-4, something like that. And it was like our schedule gets like a lot easier, and there's a lot. Is
that just before you beat the 49ers? I think it was.
Yeah, it was. It was right before we beat the 49ers.
Yeah, because you said we beat the 49ers. If we can
win against the 49ers, that'd be amazing. But if we don't, we can still string like 6 together here. And yeah, I think they can still string that 6 together. Like they're doing it. Yeah. The team is behind Dobbs too. Like they're all bought in on it, and Kevin O'Connell's doing amazing with it. And I don't know how you can go with Denver, but
I just love I love the idea. I love the idea of the first week with Dobbs where he's telling him in his earpiece where everybody's going to be. I think that's cool as shit.
Yeah.
I think it's cool as shit.
Wheel route.
Yeah.
All right.
Reg locked the Eagles. Eagles visiting Kansas City on the Monday nighter. I went lone wolf. Shocking. We all know that she won't be there. She won't be there because she's out on tour, so that'll be difficult. That's a negative against the Chiefs.
Take the Kelsey under.
Yeah, so Kelsey can't score won't catch 100 yards here.
Yeah. Easy under, no TD.
Either way, I think that the Chiefs offense is finally in a position where they're getting their stride back. The defense is fucking awesome. And I think Philadelphia is a good team. I just don't think they're still anywhere near what they were last year. I think they're going to win games. They're going to win more games than they're going to lose for sure. I just don't think that this is the one. I think that the Chiefs win this one, no problem.
Go ahead, Rob.
I think this is a banger, and I'm 6 to midnight thinking about this game.
Holy Jesus.
Love this
listening.
Game.
Mom's listening.
Care. Oh, you should hear the things we talk about. I think this is a great game. I'm very excited for this game.
6 to 12.
6 to midnight.
Holy shit. God. You got
yeah, so I like to lock in games that are close instead of going with like Detroit beating Chicago, because that's pretty easy.
Like a lock should be.
Well, I know.
I'm gonna go look at his locks after this just to see where his locks are at. Because I usually try to do the same thing.
Lockett.
I usually try to do the same thing, but I
well,
feel
like a
it's not always
close
the case.
game, but then have an argument for why I'm locking in the team.
Okay.
So I really think this comes down to what we were talking about last week, and it's going to be time of possession. I went back and looked at the games. Each of these teams, they've won every game where they've had the time of possession, and the only games they've lost is the games where they didn't have the time of possession. I think Philadelphia can just get the run game going. They're well rested coming off of the bye. So are the Chiefs, though. I believe the Chiefs had a bye as well.
They did. Yeah.
But I think if Philadelphia gets their run game going and they don't, like Kansas City's lost that, I don't know what the word is, but they've lost that like jump ahead by 21 kind of thing that they used to do.
Yeah.
And then all the teams were playing from behind. I think Philadelphia can execute their game plan, control the ball, and as long as they don't turn over the ball, which is something that our good friend Luke had mentioned that they've been having issues with. Their turnover differential is -3 currently on the season, but they didn't turn over against Dallas, which is a team that they probably should have turned over against if they were going to. So they cleaned that up in their last game. KC has a -4 turnover differential. I think it comes down to time of possession, execute the game plan, run the ball, and just keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands. And I think that's how Philly wins it.
Yeah, I think, and so I think the counter argument there is that you've got the defense on the other side of the ball to eliminate the time of possession. So to get the Eagles offense off the field. So you're looking at the number 8 offense, the Eagles, against the number 3 defense in the league. So Kansas City has every ability to get off the field. Then now you're turning around and dealing with the 14 offense against the 11 defense. So they're a little bit more consistent, the two of them. So you're right. I love time of possession games. I love teams that wind down clock and chew clock and things like that. Sure, big scores and air balls and things like that are fun and exciting to watch. But there was a 49ers team a couple of years ago that used to start every game, and it took them 12 minutes on their opening drive all the time. I love that shit. So you want to talk about 6? What did you say? 6 to noon, 6 to midnight? Is that what you called? Yeah, time of possession games. They're 6 to midnight for me for sure.
So I just looked up really quick. Kansas City's given up 136 on the ground in their last 3 games. Philadelphia's 67.3. I really think it's the run game. I know that the defense, you said whatever, they're number 3 or something like that. Yeah, don't go against Andy Reid after a bye. You know what?
It's proven.
We'll see. I think they can run against that team, and they have 4 downs. They always have 4 downs, these Eagles.
I want to appreciate, now that we're looking at the screen, the Thursday night game all the way to the Monday night game. Look at that shit. Tell me we don't start off with a banger and fucking end with a banger.
Philly and Kansas City game is potentially your Super Bowl final.
It was last year.
It doesn't have the Baltimore Ravens.
It was last year.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But this I know, but just here it is.
They're not even calling it the Kelsey Bowl anymore. They're calling it a Family Reunion Bowl.
Who's the backup quarterback in San Francisco?
I can see his face. Played in Carolina. Why can't I think it? No, he's got a flat head. He was the Jets quarterback. Why can't I think of his name? Oh Jesus.
Anywho.
Yeah, he was drafted to the Jets. He was. Oh fuck. Anyway, I'll figure it out. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, who's the backup quarterback? Do you know?
The punter.
Christian McCaffrey.
CMC?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he needs to get his reps in for the NFC Championship against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, boy. Get the fuck out of here. We're going to play them sooner. We play them week 13, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty soon. Yeah,
it's coming up.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
We're very close on these picks. When I made all my picks, I actually went and looked, and I was like, I think I picked all the favorites. And interestingly enough, the only ones that are not favorites were Minnesota and Philadelphia. Everything else was a favorite down the line. So,
damn.
Denver's a favorite?
Denver was this was yesterday.
Probably a 1.5 point.
I think it was 2.5.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's the week 11 preview. I think we've got some good games. So far, so good. We've got Thanksgiving week is coming up next week, so we'll figure something out. We've talked about some ideas about how we're going to talk shit against each other for those games. So we'll figure that out. We'll talk about it some more and hopefully come with some fun shit for you guys. Otherwise, have a great week 11.
Maybe we should make a turkey.
Maybe may all of your teams win. Just trying to think. Is there any team except for Crotch's team?
And let's not forget.
What do we need to?
What are we not forgetting?
Well, I think that last week we did miss it, but we forgot to mention Remembrance Day, and it's something that we should have mentioned last week. I think we overlooked it, and it just completely slipped our minds. So,
Yeah.
at least from us, thank you for all those observed and all your
thank you for your sacrifices.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
for
appreciate it. That's why three knuckleheads get together and talk shit and talk football because people make sacrifices before us. So yeah, we appreciate all the sacrifices for sure. And thanks for bringing that up, Rob. I got nothing else, lads. Reg, hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Yeah, you know what? Today's the first day where I'm feeling top notch. I'm on the. You know what? The baby's sick. Anyway,
6 to noon.
That another time. Yeah. Well, no,
6 to noon,
not 6 to midnight yet.
Oh, 6 to
Anyways,
you have to be 6 to noon.
You know it is though. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I'll put it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Share with your friends. I think we got 22 subscribers or something like that.
22 now.
I think so. I could be wrong.
We need 28 more.
28.
I might have to make another account to get us to 22. Who knows?
28 more, and
if we got some action on the social media side of things, I'm just saying.
Yeah, how's that?
We do have a social media. Yeah, Rob, talk to us. What's going on in social media?
You can show off my mustache on social media.
So here's the issue: is that Reg has everything to him. So anytime I want to log in, I got to get approval through Reg.
What do you mean? Just log in once and then
no,
you
done. Can. You know what? I think you can go in and you can set it up so that you can share the account.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I think the guy that owns the account probably has to do that. But
Rob's just coming up with excuses. Anyways, our fans.
I tried to log in like last week.
Our fans don't want to hear this. We'll talk about it another time.
All right. They probably do because this is the funny shit when we start talking stupid shit against each other. Anyway, Rob's slacking as the social media manager. He said he was going to do it, and he hasn't done a fucking thing since. So
Rick on production or whatever, doing great. Me on back end, uploading, all the stuff. Great.
Rob falling apart. Rob
not doing great. He's not doing great with the social media. He's not doing great with the facial hair. He's not doing great in general.
Or the top hair.
Or like top hair.
What the fuck is that?
Look, you see this? Look at this.
Well, we did start off the season by saying I am the only one still with a fucking full head of hair, boys. Like, come on.
Yeah, but you look like Shovel Face.
What?
Yeah.
Shovel Face?
Yeah, out of the ugly tree, every ugly branch on the way down, the ugly rock, down the ugly hill.
I'm using my new porn light.
Beach. Yeah, but you know what?
Porn light.
You need a lot more than that. You remember when you go to the clubs, the adult clubs? There's never no lights for a reason.
Yeah, for you.
No, for you.
I don't know, man. I think I look good.
About adult clubs, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pick you up for one once.
So did I. He was in. We can tell this story. You want to tell the story real quick?
No. Let's not.
I picked him up. I picked him up at the karaoke bar one night. I walk in, and Buddy's taking a shot in his eyeball.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Guys, let's stop. Okay.
Yeah, this is public forum, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Man. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for the people that actually come and listen to us.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that we've made it to 8 episodes. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, we fucking give up on everything.
Yeah,
really
yeah. You know what? When this idea came, I thought, sure,
Rob's gonna give up. Yeah, Rob's gonna give up. It was his idea. I thought for sure he was gonna give up. Here I am.
Well, I think we're keeping the ball rolling for Rob.
I'm gonna take the picture of what I've got set up here and if you could see the ridiculous shit that is going on this side of me right now to do this,
that would be perfect post for our social media.
I'm just saying. Yeah, that's I'm gonna send
Oh
it to
my
Rob, and
goodness.
then Rob can do whatever he wants with it.
All right.
All right.
Well, Reggie's gonna have to do it,
Anyway.
'cause Reggie's the only one that can log in.
We'll talk about it later. You just don't duck out right away. Anyways,
All right.
thanks everybody. We appreciate it. Take care.
Peace.
See you next week.
See you guys.